Hello, fellow tube surfers. This is Bubba Drew. I'm sure you haven't heard that being said in a long time. I've been off of YouTube for a while because, as I said before, I was working at my job, which was a sewing machine operator, and it's been going all right. It's sewing, but I've also been trying to figure out my YouTube schedule and how exactly I could upload videos whilst still working on a real job. And my conclusion was, I'm not going to be uploading as frequently, unfortunately. However, the 2 or so weeks that I've been off, that's too long of a gap to have no videos produced, so I'm going to at least try to upload once every week. And I'm going to try in the future to make the videos a bit more well put together, rather than just me doing gameplay videos and such. But anyways, the topic of this video, well, I just wanted to touch base on that, but the topic of this video is actually something I've been working on in Beamng. And that would be the automation collaboration that was added, I believe, midway through this year, like in the summer, I believe. So I'm just going to be going into free roam, and I'll show you guys some of the cars I've made that hopefully I will figure out how to upload to the Beamng website. So, to start off this whole shindig, I am going to introduce to you the Picard Vigilant. Now, I also want to make sure that it is very clear I am not going for originality here. I'm just making the cars that I really like to make. And as you can see, this thing is a Plymouth Valiant type car. Just a very no-nonsense four-door sedan that the working man would drive from his home to his place of work, which is what he is. It also has the tendency to stall. It has a manual transmission, very basic vehicle. It doesn't handle very good. It doesn't handle bad, but it doesn't handle very good. And the performance is pretty much the same. It's literally just a car to get you from point A to point B, at least envisioned in the context of the 1970s. Those are trees. Moving on, we have the Picard Vigilant Sigil. This is pretty much a replica or a universe correct, whatever universe this happens to be in, Plymouth Valiant Signet, which is a more adventurous form of the Valiant, and of course this is the more adventurous version of the Vigilant. It's a convertible, as you can see. It's got a V8, unlike the standard car's 6-cylinder engine. Can do drifts pretty well, that's for sure. Not a very powerful V8, but it puts the power down and it goes, that's for sure. And it looks decent doing it, but then again, you have to remember this is the Vigilant we're talking about. That just so happens to have a performance upgrade put onto it. So it's not exactly going to be the best handler. It's just, it's a normal car made sporty. Let's just put it that way. Moving on, in this showcase, we have the Runabout Sedan. And as you can tell by the name, it's mainly used as a vehicle to run about. It's like a no-nonsense car, but with a bit more fun and economy put together. I know that doesn't sound like two things that should go together, but they go together pretty well. It's pretty much a combination of the Morris Minor, the styling, the VW Beetle, which would be the 4-cylinder engine, the flat 4, and the 2CV, which is a front-engine, front-wheel drive, which this car is. And they've all been combined into this. And honestly, I'm actually kind of surprised with how it turned out. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, because this is when I was first talking. This is when I was first starting out with the automation cars. And again, Picard strikes back, this time with the Resilience 4-door sedan. Holy crap, I just realized the headlights are discolored, and one is like more yellow than the other. Let's just imagine this is an aged example. How about that? But anyways, this is my sort of 1980s modernized, well, it's not really modernized if it's 1980s, but it's pretty much a 1980s replacement for the Vigilant. It is a front-wheel drive car with a 4-cylinder engine. It's, once again, not exactly a good handler, not a bad handler either. It's just meant to be a point A to point B car. And I also realized that it has, at least the front end, has a rather shocking resemblance to the Cadillac Cimarron, which is something that I did not intend nor want to do. But it's pretty decent all around. Yeah. This is where things start to get a little silly. Behold the Potomac Road Yacht. It's my version of pretty much every typical sport luxury sedan of the late 1950s and early 1960s. And as you can tell from the name, Potomac, it's pretty much a homage to Pontiac. Although I don't think they would have made anything this crazy. Not to say they haven't made things that are crazy, but let's just move on. Anyways, this is a unnecessarily well-built car. Every quality setting I set to plus 15. As is typical with a lot of sports luxury sedans of the period, it's got big honking tail fins. It has a V8 engine, which makes decent power. And it's really all about cruising and looking good. As you can see, it's just barely handling this road course right here. And it's a burnout machine, apparently, too. Well then, I'll take note of that, I guess. Continuing with the silliness is my first experimental type car. As you can see with the concept license plate, this thing is the Hammersicle Everyman. It is a car that was built as a prototype sometime in the 1980s, somewhere in Eastern Europe. It is not very well made. There's a giant grill bar right there that just serves as the grill, I guess, on the right side, or left, depending on how you're looking at this. You have the Hammersicle logo, only he's just holding a hammer there. Two different grills. Every piece is misaligned somehow. And, yeah. It's basically just made to be terrible, honestly. I'm just going to let the car speak for itself. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. To conclude this vehicle's showcase video, excuse me, my English is failing me again. My tongue is not on the same wavelength as my brain. I'm going to show off one of my crazier creations. Definitely a way to finish with a bang. And it is this. This is the Ground Pounder, which is a custom-made vehicle by Drew Customs. Yes, I named a company after myself. At least a fictional company, anyways. Anyways, let's just get out of here. Let's just drive this thing. This thing is like an Austin Healey, but with a twist. It's got some big tires on the front. It's got like a 60s custom style grille. Vents on the hood for days. Big honking side pipes. And it's a V12. I have no idea if anyone is hearing me over the engine sound of this vehicle, but it's loud. And it's a burnout machine. Although I have to fix it though, because it's just got an open diff and one wheel spinning. It's not what I want. But yeah, I don't think I could finish it, this video that is, any other way than with a crazy car like this. I have many more automation cars that I've made. If you guys would like to see some more, and if you would like to see them released on the Beamng webpage, then feel free to leave a comment saying so. And if you liked the vehicles I've made, also feel free to leave a comment saying so. I also want to apologize for my absence from YouTube for quite a while. I've just been trying to figure my life out and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'll just leave you with a little photo montage of the cars that I've created. Other than that, I will see you all later.